Yo, what's going on? It's the NRW, where nerds rule the world. It's your boy, Kuya P, aka Patrick Michael Strange. And today I'm celebrating because this week, The Paper Tigers is out on Blu-ray and DVD, digital, everywhere. Go check it out. Go buy it. I'm also giving away copies. So make sure you're following, you're subscribing, all of that, because it's a film you're going to want to catch. And you're going to love this guy who I'm bringing on. He steals the show when he's up on the screen. Matthew Page, aka Master Ken, that you know from the Enter the Dojo show. You see it in the background. I'm repping it. I fell in love with Matthew after checking him out in the film as Carter. But before we get to talking with Matthew, aka Master Ken, I'm gonna show you the trailer. So for those uninitiated that don't know about the Paper Tigers, you lost, people. I'm gonna help find you, bring you to the people. You got to know about the Paper Tigers right now. Here we go. We're gonna show you the trailer, and then I'll be back with Matthew Page, aka Master Ken. So here we go. The Paper Tigers.
1, 2, 3.
No more challenges. Kung Fu without honor. It's just fighting.
3 tigers, baby.
Yeah. Slow. That's right. How that taste, old man?
Dad.
Yeah, buddy.
Do you know any Kung Fu?
I'm retired.
Who's the old guy?
That was our teacher. We called him Sifu.
You didn't hear? Sifu's dead. Something's not right. That was no heart attack.
Do you think the poison fingers is real?
Yeah, 搞笑，乜嘢都清楚。
Can't just say it in English.
Just say it
do
in English, man. When the hands cross, all will be revealed.
Did he hit me?
No, it's just a glance. Just a glance, man.
Fine.
You got this.
It's fine.
Okay, look, Sifu could have set anyone off.
Whoa!
Time catches up to some people. Like you, the great 3 tigers.
We all swore together that we would defend the weak. Out there is a very, very bad man.
Where can we find this guy?
Okay, go.
Go! I know. Hold on.
What are you doing a 3-point turn? Just you it.
3 tigers back again.
Does everything have to be a fight with you?
We might be a disgrace. But Sifu had only 3 disciples. I swear to be loyal to my brothers. To the very day I die.
If you guys looking for a, 4th tiger, I take karate. Let me know.
Boom! There you go. The Paper Tigers is out right now. Blu-ray, DVD. Go get it and love it and see who's on the screen. Air horn. Matthew Page, aka Master Ken. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for having me on.
I am so thrilled to have you on. Like I said earlier, you stole your scenes, my friend. This film is a lot of fun. It's a lot of excitement. It's a lot of martial arts, and you're in there. And when I looked more into you, because I was watching the film with a bunch of other martial arts friends, some gurus, they're like, man, you don't know who Matthew Page is? This guy is amazing. This guy that's playing Carter right now. Check out the Master Ken. Check out the Enter the Dojo. And now I'm a fan. I'm a subscriber. You're amazing. Can you just talk about how you got involved with the Paper Tigers? And then I want to definitely dive into Enter the Dojo and just your awesomeness, dude. You're amazing.
Thank you. I feel like I appreciate the praise, maybe more than I deserve, but thank you. I really appreciate you saying that. And Tigers, I heard about the project. I believe the way it came to me was one of the executive producers, Yuji Akamoto, who a lot of people know from Karate Kid Part 2, where he played the villain, movie that I loved growing up. He was one of the executive producers of the film. He had a mutual friend in a guy named Al Goto, who is a stunt coordinator in New Mexico, where I live. A movie called Odd Toss, starring Anton Yelchin, that was out on Netflix a few years ago. And my name came up when they were discussing casting the role of Carter. And somebody, I guess people were asking around being like, does anybody know Master Ken? And apparently there was a sort of back channel connection where somebody knew somebody who knew me. And so Yuji set up a phone call through Al. I talked to Yuji. I talked about the director. And I read the script. I absolutely loved the script. I felt like I could really do something with the character of Carter. And then I didn't hear anything for a year and a half. So I thought, well, I must have blown that interview. I thought I thought we had a great conversation, but I was like, well, I guess they must not have thought that I was right for the role. And I didn't know that they had been already on a 8.5-year journey of trying to get the movie made, and that a year and a half to them probably wasn't very long. And so I was changing planes coming back from a Master Ken live show. And my phone happened to ring. It was Bao. And he said, we're greenlit. I want to offer you the role of Carter. And we start shooting in 6 weeks. And I was like, okay, let's do it. So I was really excited and just fully on board.
Amazing. And the way you are in the film is like, it was a role made for you in a way. And knowing that you do this Master Ken character, it's perfect. I can't imagine anybody else. I'm trying to feel like I'm speechless because again, you stole the show in your performance. How did you get involved with, let's take it all the way back, like with martial arts? Because again, you're like perfect for this. Like, it seems like this role was made for you in a way, but you actually had to audition and get the role. Can we start back from the beginning with like your acting? Like, are you also former service? Because I was looking at your IMDb. You've also performed in a lot of military roles, and as an actor who's also former military, I'm like, okay, this guy, you've got that gravitas, that grit. So like I can see you in that as well. Like, are you purposes? Can you give us a little bit of your background, going back with martial arts and acting as well?
Sure. So I'd never served in the military. Both my grandfathers and my father did, my cousin did. So I definitely come from, in some ways a military family. So I definitely have been around veterans, people who served, but I guess I have that look because that's what I get cast as. A lot of the times I get cast as soldiers, military characters, which I really love to play. It's really fun to do that. As far as my relationship to the martial arts, quite frankly, martial arts and comedy for me have been intertwined for quite a while in some good ways and some bad ways. Initially, maybe kind of a bad way because in high school, I had a very smart mouth and I was good at the battle of the wits. But then once somebody was ready to smack me in the face, I had no idea what to do. So I got my butt kicked a few times in high school because I just was a smart ass. And so I told my mom I kind of maybe needed to learn how to defend myself. And I wanted to take boxing, but she enrolled me in karate, I think because she thought maybe karate might be a little bit better for me. And I think she was right. I studied at a very traditional school known as Pelletier's Karate Do out in Lewiston, Maine. And ended up loving it, becoming very dedicated to it. I got my first degree black belt in Okinawan Kempo and Kabuto, the Okinawan weaponry. And even before that, I was a fan of martial arts movies. I loved watching Jean-Claude Van Damme and Steven Seagal and Jeff Speakman and all the Thomas Ian Griffith, all of the martial arts movie stars of the 80s and 90s. And so it was my way to sort of act out my love for that kind of stuff. And at the same time was a big fan of comedy. I loved Chevy Chase and Bill Murray and all the old Saturday Night Live crew and stuff. And so I was always very interested simultaneously in both worlds. And so I was always pursuing my interest in martial arts and my interest in filmmaking, acting, comedy, things like that, but didn't really figure out how to combine them for many, many years. And then having gone to film school, having gotten trained as an actor after college, ended up wanting to try the YouTube thing. And that was sort of where some of my interest in martial arts and comedy sort of culminated in the creation of what was originally the show that was called Enter the Dojo.
I love it. I love it. And Master Ken was born, right? So amazing.
Yes, Master Ken was born, and you know, Master Ken kind of was a Frankenstein of all the different martial arts instructors that I had met and trained with over the years, and students. You know, I kind of bounced around the country in my early 20s trying to figure out what I wanted to do. And every time I went to a new town, I would sign up at the local dojo and just learn whatever they were teaching, whether it was Aikido or Filipino stick fighting or Kempo or Jiu-Jitsu. And the martial arts world is full of very interesting people, very wonderful people, but also some really crazy people. Just through real life experiences, I kept acquiring these amusing anecdotes of bizarre things that people would say and do in these dojos. And after about 10 years of those experiences, I decided to sit down and sort of write them all down and say, like, I feel like people would think this is funny, you know, that people might think this is funny. And so I created this character named Master Ken, who believes that his martial art is the best martial art, and that everybody else's is, I don't know if I can say the word on the show, but that is no good. And got some of my friends together, and we just started making these little webisodes on YouTube that people just really enjoyed. And so that was the beginning of it all.
I love it. And what's a great cosign is all the people that put me on, especially after, like I said, after watching Paper Tigers, they're all martial artists and run their own schools and all of that. So you're getting cosigns from a community who you would possibly get upset, you know, with what you guys are making fun of me, you know, all that, but no, they love you. And so I think it's beautiful. And to get that cosign, I'm like, okay, I'm with that. And having people in the business recognize that. I just watched, you did an episode with Nalita with Esquimalt. I'm Filipino. And so I love that.
Oh, cool.
That or her on. I'm trying to get her for my show as well. So just amazing. I love what you're doing with the Enter the Dojo. I can't wait to dive in more. Just good stuff. But going back to the Paper Tigers, and to remind everybody, it's out on Blu-ray, DVD, digital. I'm actually giving away copies. Make sure you follow, subscribe. You're going to want to catch Carter. What was it like working on that set and collaborating with Mikkel, Alan, and Sean? Because you kind of stand out and steal their thunder in a way. They're the leads, but here you go. Here's Carter. And man, you're just great in the role, man. I really enjoyed your performance.
Thank you. Well, I've had the pleasure of going to a few screenings of the movie now, and I have to say that I'm honored more and more every time I get to see the movie to be in such incredible company, because I really have immense respect for the talent of the leads, Elaine and Mikhail and Ron, and watching them work and being able to watch their performances over and over, seeing what they put into it and the layers of what they did that isn't always evident when you're on set, because there's a million things were going on and I'm like nervous. And you know, I was very nervous to work on the movie, for instance. In fact, the story that I've been telling is that Ron, the funeral scene in the movie, which is the first scene where I appear, happened to be the first scene that I shot. That's not always the way it is in movies. You know, sometimes you have to shoot like the ending first. And I was really happy that a lot of my scenes were more or less shot in order. So the progression of my character and the rivalry between myself and the other characters could sort of build on itself. But my first scene was with Ron, who plays Ahing in the movie. And he and I had the exchange that we had. I was very, very nervous. I haven't had a part this big in a movie before, and I was very excited about the script. And so I showed up, and Ron, as soon as we got to our dialogue scene, began improvising and making fun of me and coming up with all these insults that were not in the script. And I froze. I was so nervous. I couldn't think of anything to say back. And he was kicking my ass as far as improv. He was just wiping the floor with me. And so we luckily broke for lunch. And while everybody else was having lunch, I went off by myself, and I was thinking, okay, you can't lose to him on your first day. You have to come up with something clever. And so I went off by myself, and I was like, all right, you're going to call him fat. You're going to say he looks like an Asian Mr. Rogers. You're going to say this, that, and the other. And I started coming up with all of these insults. And then when we came back, I started throwing them at him, which he seemed for a second a little thrown off by. And then he decided to come back and he was improvising more, and we just ended up in this battle, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And it was fantastic. And it set the tone for the rest of the movie, where we were trying to one-up each other the entire film. Every time Ron and I had a scene together, it was who can insult who with the best zinger. And usually we knew we were doing something right when we could even hear the camera crew trying not to laugh over some of the takes, because we were coming up with some wild stuff. In fact, a lot of stuff they couldn't use in the movie because it was too crazy. But that sort of set the tone for the whole thing. So it was great that we had that icebreaker where I showed up super nervous, but once we really like started, going at each other, there was this competitive edge that brought out the best, I feel like, in everybody, and it sort of set the tone for the rest of the shoot.
I love it, man. Now I'm hoping when I get my Blu-ray copy that we get a behind the scenes and like some deleted, clips on there, because we deserve that.
That's the thing. There are outtakes and bloopers, and a lot of it is stuff that Ron and I went at when we were going at each other, trying to outdo each other, and it didn't make the final cut. Those are on the DVD and those are on the iTunes download. So if you want to see those deleted scenes, that's where to get it.
There you go. Even more reason why y'all gotta go pick it up, buy it. I love it. Now I'm dying. I can't wait to see it tomorrow. I can't wait. I already was. Now even more, because Ron and Alan and Mike, Mikkel, and you, man, you guys, that relationship, that camaraderie between the four of y'all as actors in this film really is what sold me on the film, and why I enjoyed it even more. It was just beautiful, man. You could feel it. You can feel that synergy and that vibe. And I had to tell you, when we were after we watched it, we were like fan casting because we want a part two. I just talked to Bao, and I talked to Ken and Sean and some of the other people on the casting crew. We want a second one. We want a second Paper Tigers. And part of what people want to see is is kind of like the backstory with the younger versions of your characters, but also a lot of people, man, like I told you, you stole the show. They're like, if we don't get more of Carter, maybe even a spinoff. I'm not gonna lie. I've filmmaker friends of mine, when we were all sitting down watching this, they're like, we need more Carter, man. So testament to your performance, my man, and to find out that it was like one of the films that kind of give you a little bit more meat as an actor to perform. Dude, you did your job, and that's what I think is an important thing. And then to now want people to spin off with your character, that says a lot, man. Well done.
Thank you. I really appreciate that, and believe me, I would love to take Carter on another adventure and see what more we could do with him, because he's a super fun character to play. And I have to say, since you mentioned them, Ken, who plays the villain in the movie, as well as Sam and Carrie, who were the action team who coordinated the fights, were so fantastic to work with. I had a background in karate and jujitsu and Aikido. I had dabbled in a variety of arts, and I had black belts in a couple of forms, but I had never actually done Kung Fu. And so they had 6 weeks to get me familiar with the movements of Kung Fu. And when they first told me, I was like, Kung Fu, karate, it's all, it's all the same stuff. It is not the same. It is very challenging. And they gave me workouts that had me crawling to my hotel room every day, just laying on the bed. It's so sore and exhausted. But by the time it came to film, I felt like they couldn't have prepared us better than they did. So I just have to give a shout out to the incredible work that they did to choreograph such exciting fight scenes.
Heck yeah. Shout out to Ken. I actually have interviews coming up with them soon, and Sean, the DP as well. Man, Matthew, nice. You are amazing. I would love to have you back. Like I said, I have a lot of the film people on my team are martial artists and run their own schools. So I'd love to have you back to, talk about Enter the Dojo and everything you're doing.
Sure.
But again, a great time speaking with you. I hope you get the chance to play Carter again. We definitely want a Paper Tigers too. And before I sign off, if you could let everybody know how they can reach out to you, your socials and all that, because you've got new fans, man. We're fans. We want more of Matthew Page and Master Ken, man.
Absolutely. Yeah. Please do. You can follow my social media. The easiest one to find is just Master Ken or Master American Ken on Facebook, on Instagram, Enter the Dojo Show on YouTube, and make sure to follow the Paper Tigers movie socials on the same platform so you can stay updated on everything that's going on with that.
Heck yeah. Make sure you hashtag the Paper Tigers, demand a part 2. Let the world know. Go buy the film. It's amazing. Matthew, you steal the show as Carter, and you did a great job. I can't wait to see more. And also just more of Master Ken, all of that. Enter the dojo. I love it, man. This has been an honor. Really appreciate your time, my friend.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
Definitely. Kuya P, the NRW, where nerds rule the world. We're out of here.
So we